Uh, the Buddhists talk about this thing called impermanence, and it's pretty much, the description of life. Life is impermanent. Nothing lasts forever. I don't know if you've ever watched them. I was in Hawaii. Actually, I saw them making a mandala in Austin, Texas, and they take these different colored chalks, and they all wear masks, and they have this sand, this different colored sand that they put out of these little shakers, and they make these elaborate, beautiful mandalas with these things, and it takes them days. They work from the inside out and work all the way out, and then when it's done, they sweep it up. And they say their prayers over and sweep it up. I was in Hawaii, and they were making one on the Maui Community College grounds, and I actually got to participate in it a little bit, which was pretty neat. It's tedious. It's a lot of work, and you see how hard these people work to get this done, and then they sweep it up. And it's just they look and say, well, life is impermanent, and they just want to keep reinforcing this. We look at like too big to fail banks, how ridiculous is that? They're going to fail. Everything's going to fail. Everything's going to crumble. It has to. It's not a bad thing. It's just how things are. But this impermanence allows us, if you look at it, usually to live more of a magnificent life. People come in and I ask them, what do you want? And they'll say, I want to be happy from now on for the rest of my life. And I tell them the truth. It's not possible. And even if it were possible, it's kind of mythical of what you think you want. Can you imagine being happy every day of your life? It gets so boring and so tedious, and you would have no other comparisons. You wouldn't be able to look and see, I was this happy yesterday, but I'm not that happy today. And it just becomes this thing. You look at, will you be self-actualized all the time? I don't think so. I haven't met anybody who can do it because of the impermanence. Somebody comes in and impacts you, and away goes that. Somebody comes in and impacts your happiness, away goes that. And so I just look at the impermanence of life. I like the abstract of impermanence. And then some people will come in and I'll say, what do you want to create out of the weekend? And they'll say, I want freedom. And I tell them what I believe to be a truism: freedom is disruptive. I read that in a Tom Peters book, and it made so much sense. Well, not my freedom. I said, then you're not talking about the abstract, you're talking about the concept. You're not talking about the pure freedom, because freedom is disruptive. And people say, well, what do you mean by that? And I say, well, okay, look at the Dalai Lama's life. The Dalai Lama had to be ousted as a religious and governmental leader of an entire country. His system needed that much disrupt in order to sustain and maintain his levels of freedom and happiness. What will it take for you? I am in Chicago. I just figured out today how I'm going to get down to Peoria, because I hadn't even thought about it, because I like to keep in that edge of disrupt, that edge of just a little bit, and then, wow, this will be fun. I haven't been on a train in America, and I thought I'd never been, but it's been years and years and years. So today I get to take a train down to Peoria, which I haven't done. So impermanence, freedom, happiness, let's go for it. If you have interest, my website gives you more information. You can order my book. Healing, no, it's not. Noticing fixes more than fixing. How's that about knowing your products? Have a fun day.